Hello everyone, it's 5 to 10 here and welcome to the Mortal Kombat 11 game review. And before we start the video today, for those of you that are new, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. For those of you that are already subscribed, make sure that you have notifications turned on. Alright, let's get into the review. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the overall graphics of the game. Because I give these graphics a perfect 10 out of 10. I think these graphics are the best graphics in a fighting game, like ever, probably on a PS4. And not only that, but like the character models and just like the environment of like the maps you fight on look pretty good. Look like the best graphics. So NetherRealm, I give NetherRealm, like they did a pretty great job with the graphics of the game. Alright, now going on to the side characters of the game. And by side characters, I'm meaning like the DLC characters that aren't in the main story of the game. Like Terminator and Spawn and all of them. Now, I played against the DLC characters in Towers of Time, which Towers of Time I'll get into later, a little bit later into this video, but because Towers of Time, it was fun and stuff, and I'll just get to Towers of Time in a little bit. But the DLC characters like you fight, or that I could fight against in Towers of Time, like it was pretty fun. And then it kind of did also get boring after a while, after like facing the same DLC side character. But some of the side characters obviously are more buffed up than others, and then just other DLC side characters like Shiva and stuff, like they're super like nerfed, like, and not good at all. I feel like at first they nerfed Terminator, and then I think they like buffed him up, which is good. But like the game is continuing to like updates and stuff, so I haven't played the recent update of the game, but because I think the recent update of the game, it may have been just a patch for it or something, but like it came out I think like a few days ago or something, one of my friends told me about it. But all in all, I give the side characters a 7 out of 10 just because of that. Just because there's some side characters like Terminator and Spawn and stuff, like they're good, and then other characters like Shiva are just kind of nerfed, to be honest. But so that's why I give it a 7 out of 10. Alright, now going to the main characters of the game, which there's a lot of main characters of the game, like Sub-Zero, Sonya Blade, Scorpion, just naming some names right off the topic, for example, like they're pretty good in this game. Like Sub-Zero is probably one of the best main characters of the game, even in the main story, to be honest. Like he's the one that basically takes over the Scorpion and like near the end of the story. But I'll get to the main story here in a little bit. But oh yeah, and also like Johnny Cage, he's pretty good in this game. But Johnny Cage, he's kind of a he's more of a still kind of character, because he's just been in the Mortal Kombat series for forever, basically. And his character can just be kind of boring after a while, even in this game. But I mean, this character's still cool. Like his combat system, it kind of feels like they nerfed it a little bit from other Mortal Kombat games. But which that's the only issue I have with that character, with the Johnny Cage character. But other than that, like I've said, even some female characters like Sonya Blade that I mentioned, and Jade, and Melina, which I believe Melina is one of the new DLC side characters. Which Melina, she used to be good in Mortal Kombat. I don't know if she's good anymore or not, or if they like nerfed her or something like that. But just like the overall main characters are pretty good, and that's why I give the main characters a 9 out of 10. NetherRealm did a good job, or did a great job with the main characters. There's just Johnny Cage is like, he's the one that I only have a problem with because his combat system can be stale at some points, even in the main story. But even when you're playing in PvP online, which I'll get into here later in the video. But now let's move on to the main story of the game. Now, the main story of the game, NetherRealm did a great job with the main story of the game. Now, there's some bad that I'm going to talk about later in this video, just a little bit, but not bad enough to like give it a bad rating of this game or whatever. But the main story is phenomenal. Like, NetherRealm did a great job with the story, and that's why I give this story a 10 out of 10. A perfect 10 out of 10. Because, like, this game's not perfect at all, even if I give it a 10 out of 10. But, like, NetherRealm did the story, like, the story's pretty well done, and so, like, the dialogue is well done as well. Like, I really like the dialogue in the game. Like, it's pretty well done, in my opinion. But, y'all let me know what y'all think about what I've said so far in this review. But, alright. Now, going on to the online part of the game. Now, there is some issues I have with online, unfortunately. But, not that, like, I'm not talking about the bugs or crashes or anything. Even though it will sometimes crash. Like, in King of the Hill. Or when you're playing with your friends on King of the Hill, because you never want to play by yourself with a bunch of randoms in King of the Hill, because then it's just kind of gets boring after a while. King of the Hill does, even with playing with your friends, but because it's basically just a cycle, and like the whole objective is like to pretty much defeat the king of the hill or whatever, but which is the main goal, of course, beat the king of the tournament. But I want to talk about Towers of Time though real quick. So Towers of Time in online, it was fun, and then after a while it kind of got stale. Like, it was kind of boring after a while, and that's kind of why I give Towers of Time a 6 out of 10, just because for that reason. Like, it's cool to like go on these like little tournaments in Towers of Time and face like you're basically facing like the same enemies over and over again. Like, for example, if there's a tournament for like Terminator or Spawn, you'll pretty much face them in like almost every cycle of that tournament, basically. Like, every 8 matches you'll face them, or like every once a match or whatever it is, you'll face them, and it just kind of gets boring after a while. But even if there's like a main tower for just like the main characters of the game, for like Sonya Blade, for example, like, you'll fight Sonya Blade at like once every cycle of the tournament, and it just gets pretty boring and still at some points, and that's why I gave the Towers of Time a 6 out of 10. But alright, I've already talked about King of the Hill. I'm just gonna give the rating and stuff. Like, King of the Hill, it's fun. It can get boring, but it's more fun with friends, and that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10, just because of that. Like, you never want to play King of the Hill by yourself with a bunch of randoms. Because I recommend playing with King of the Hill with your friends and stuff online, of course. But and that's why I gave it an 8 out of 10. Alright, now moving on to PvP, what I was talking about a little bit earlier in the video. Now, PvP, I kind of like the mode, and then I kind of hated it too, because it kind of got stale with like the other things in online. Like, you're just going against like the same people that are like either higher leveled or lower leveled than you, and it just gets boring after a while. I mean, yeah, you earn, the good thing about it is, I guess you earn like rewards and stuff. Like, you earn a new skin, or you earn like a new upgrade for that character, which is cool, I guess. But other than that, it's just kind of stale for me, to be honest. It was kind of uninteresting after a while. and so that's why I unfortunately gave PvP a 5 out of 10, just because for that reason. Alright. So the final verdict for Mortal Kombat 11, and for this game review of Mortal Kombat 11, I give it a 9 out of 10. And why? Because it's a great game. There are some flaws within the game, of course, because of course no game is perfect. I would have given this game a 10 out of 10 because of the main story, but what I've also factored in and talked about earlier about the online aspect of the game, that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I give the game a 9 out of 10. Otherwise, this game would have been a 10 out of 10, but there you go, everyone. That's my Mortal Kombat 11 game review. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and check out the links down below to my social medias. Alright, peace.